Hey, welcome back to the channel. Just got back from a ride. Would like to say this was the first ride of the season, but I've been out a number of times and I never bring my camera because I'm terrible at this YouTube stuff. But anyways, while I was out riding, I thought of a topic I wanted to talk about. My wife always says it's great thinking when she's on the bike. So anyways, let's get into it. So I want to talk about the differences that I see riding in Canada to riding in the States. I'll be honest, I haven't been in the States too often riding, only a couple of times, but anytime I'm down there, I'm always looking at motorcycles. So I could be wrong in my assessment of the situation, but from what I see, this is one of the main differences I see down in the States. Now, I know what people are going to say is helmets. A lot of states, you don't have to wear a helmet, and a lot of guys don't ride with helmets. I guess you could say that. However, where I live, I'm in the just outside the GTA, and where I live, there's actually a high Sikh population. In Ontario, as well as a few other provinces, I think Quebec, could be Alberta, something like that. There's a few of them, and it could be right across Canada. I'm not 100% sure. Sikhs don't have to wear helmets. They passed a law a number of years ago where if you're of the Sikh faith with your turban on, you don't have to actually wear a helmet. So to me, that's not a big difference between Canada and the US, because I see it a lot around where I am, where a lot of people do not wear helmets because there's a high Sikh population where I live. Type of bikes? No. We get all types of different bikes up here in Canada. I know the States gets more bikes. We've had a few bikes I've seen on other people's channels that we ended up getting here, but the States never got. I don't quite get why that would be. But yeah, all different types of bikes up here in Canada, same with down in the States, so that's not it. No, actually the number one thing I think is different about riding in the States opposed to riding in Canada is waving. So I know a lot of people say, you know, polite Canadians, you wave, but up here, everyone seems to wave. If you see a motorcycle, you wave. That's it. Up here, and maybe I shouldn't speak for all of Canada, and I'm not speaking for all the states because I haven't ridden in all the different states, but where I live, people usually wave. So when I'm up here riding, the number of people that don't wave is probably the same number of people that I've seen wave when I'm down in the States. Now, don't get me wrong, I haven't been riding a lot down in the States. I've only done it a few times, but when I'm down there, I do always watch when I see bikes, and I see how they communicate with each other or how they interact with each other. And like when I was in Daytona's a different beast because it was a festival, and that would be freaking annoying as all hell to sit there and wave at every bike that you pass. But when I rode in North Carolina, did a pretty good road trip with my wife. Not one person waved at us. We waved at everyone, but no one ever waved to us. I think one person did, actually. And then, as well as anytime I'm driving, I always look at bikes. My wife, it annoys the hell out of my wife because I always point out the different bikes and what they are. But I never see them wave. They drive by, nothing. I mean, it's not a big deal. And I don't know if it's like one of those Jeep things where, you know, it's lame. My brother owns a Jeep, and he hates that people wave at him when they're driving a Jeep, because he's like, why are you waving at me? I've even actually seen YouTube videos of guys talking about why they don't need to wave to you and they don't owe you anything, which, again, maybe being a Canadian, it just seemed weird to me. But I remember when I was first learning how to ride a motorcycle, I practiced on my hula wave because I was getting ready to wave at all those bikes that came riding by. Quick story, the first time a guy waved at me, it was at a stop sign, and I had my hand on my clutch, and I did one of these. So it wasn't a cool guy wave, but I've worked on it. I do have a cool guy wave now. Construction going on, had to close the garage. But maybe it's because there's so many more bikes actually in the States than in Canada, since we have for the most part, a shorter riding season, so not as many people are on bikes. Maybe that's why I don't see it as much. It's not as rare to see someone riding a bike. I just always thought it was kind of cool seeing, you know, one of those big burly guy with a huge beard, huge ape hangers, you know, the old style cool guy waving to a little guy on a little jigsaw. I just always thought that was cool. And no, I really don't care if you wave. I don't care if you do wave. I'm here nor there. I usually wave just because I like bikes. As another YouTuber says, I like bike. But anyways, yeah, so I always wave. It's not a big deal to me. I don't care if you don't wave. This isn't like a shameful video or anything like that. I really don't care. I just noticed that a lot of places that I go in the States, I don't see guys waving. Again, I really don't care. But anyways, what do you guys think? Are you a waver? Are you not a waver? Do you really care? And whatever. Anyways, until next time. Later.